All right, it seems the Vice President of Congress has finally reacted to that massive controversy that erupted today morning. Did he or did he not meet the Chinese envoy? Well, he has finally said that he did. Now, he had come under sharp criticism, especially where the Congress is concerned, for not confirming something which was actually on the website, where the Chinese envoy had in fact had a meeting with Rahul Gandhi. But now, later on, of course, after refusing to admit to it, the Congress party had to give out a statement. We did see Randeep Surjewala, the spokesperson of the Congress, saying that yes, Rahul Gandhi had met with the Chinese envoy. But now the latest coming in, it seems Rahul has broken his silence on Twitter. And he says, Rahulji, and I want to quote, all right, so that is the tweet which has just come in. If the government is so concerned about me meeting an ambassador, they should explain why 3 ministers are availing Chinese hospitality while the border issue. And for the record, I am not the guy sitting on the swing. All right, a cryptic message. While 1,000 Chinese troops had physically entered India, it is my job to be informed on critical issues. All right, so that's the thing. Rahul Gandhi giving out his explanation on the fact that, yes, he did meet the Chinese envoy. He had come under criticism from the BJP and the current dispension for doing so. And earlier on, of course, there were various versions coming out, especially where the Congress first denying, then admitting, now a formal communication by the Vice President of the Congress party, that to be on Twitter. I want to bring in Shiv Arur, my colleague who's joining us live, will give us more details. Shiv, Rahul Gandhi making clear whether or not he did in fact meet the Chinese envoy on Twitter. Can you take us through those tweets?
You know, if this entire situation wasn't farcical and absurd enough, with all the mystery and enigma surrounding something as innocuous as an opposition leader meeting an ambassador, which is not a controversial thing at all, we now have Rahul Gandhi mounting a very sarcastic, sardonic attack on the government, where he says, it is my job to be informed on critical issues. I met the Chinese ambassador, ex-NSA Congress leaders from Northeast, and the Bhutanese ambassador. He then goes on to mount a full attack on the Modi government. If the government is so concerned about me meeting an ambassador, they should explain why 3 ministers are availing Chinese hospitality while the border issue is on. And for the record, I am not the guy sitting on the swing while 1,000 Chinese troops had physically entered India. Now, with all humility, I think someone needs to ask Rahul Gandhi the question, where has the government, I mean, nobody from the government has actually taken exception with Rahul Gandhi meeting the ambassador of China. Nobody from the government or the ruling party, the BJP, has taken any exception to the mystery surrounding the propriety over these reports that Rahul Gandhi has met with an envoy. From time to time in the past, it has always been known that opposition leaders sometimes meet with foreign missions, with ambassadors. It's not unheard of. There's nothing out of the ordinary or incorrect or improper about it. But Rahul Gandhi appears to be trying to stir a pot that isn't being stirred by itself. He's trying to attack the government, but the government has had no overt problem with him meeting the ambassador. So is he trying to, provoke something that isn't getting provoked? That's the first question. The second question, more importantly, is this is politics being played on an issue where India needs to be completely united. The opposition and the ruling party need to be completely united, because as we speak, India and China's armies are in a standoff situation for many days, Preeti, in the Sikkim area. And here you've got the opposition party bickering, quarreling and poking fun in a sarcastic sort of manner at the ruling party, which has not really been saying anything. All of the things that Rahul Gandhi said, I might add, may be legitimate. Questions need to be asked about past hypocrisies, of the government in office. But the simple fact is, at this time, is this proper, is a question that needs to be asked. And is the government even taking exception to what Rahul Gandhi is doing, is the bigger, funnier question that needs to be asked.
Stay on with us, because the Congress has clearly painted itself in a corner. Earlier on, denying this entire report, saying, calling it actually fake news, and then confirming that very same fake news. Stay on with us, Shiv. I'm going to bring in Supriya, my colleague who covers the Congress very closely. She's getting in a reaction there. Supriya, will you take us through what made Rahul Gandhi come out and clarify, especially after the barrage of embarrassments that his party caused him by first denying it, calling it a piece of fake news, and then confirming the same?
Well, Preeti, it all started since morning today when this news broke that Congress Vice President met the Chinese ambassador, where there was nothing wrong in that meeting, no major questions were being raised. But then we saw a series of tweets coming from the Congress's communication department head, Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala, who categorically denied it. He even said these are planted news, these are fake news, and after this, the entire bizarre situation started where till 3 p.m. the Congress and its senior leaders in the party were denying it. Then all of a sudden, when the Chinese government confirmed it, when the Chinese embassy...
It was on the Chinese embassy website, yes. Yeah.
Yes, then they said that they met the vice president. It is then the Randeep Singh Surjewala came out and said that no, their vice president had met the Chinese ambassador. A complete U-turn from the stand which he and his party members have taken since morning. And after that, what we saw is completely a different picture. Now, the Congress went all out first, defended their vice president. They said that he meets regularly with the various envoys as well as the people from various other countries. However, as far as this entire situation is concerned, this is really hilarious and bizarre because nowhere from the government side anybody attacked or said anything as far as Rahul Gandhi meeting the Chinese ambassador is concerned. The Congress party is maintaining that they had already this information, and it all started only after the communication department took a stand that no, their vice president didn't meet, and the news which is being is circulated is planted and fake. Now Rahul Gandhi himself has come out and after this entire controversy throughout the day has come out and tweeted and in a way trying to attack the government, saying that
but you know, Supriya, what does the Congress communication department have to say on the fact that there hasn't been much criticism really coming in either from the government or the BJP whether or not Rahul Gandhi went and met the Chinese envoy in the first place. Now, it was miscommunication on the account of the communication cell of the Congress that Rahul should be talking about here.
Well, it seems that many Congress leaders or senior leaders are saying that this is a sort of a self-goal, and now it seems that Congress party has to contemplate, because in this very issue, nobody was attacking them, nobody was coming out and criticizing the meet. Prime Minister had already met Chinese Premier Xi Jinping in during the G20 meet. There are 3 union ministers who were in China. There is delegations who are going there. There is no, as Randeep Surjewala himself had mentioned in his tweet, there is no question mark as far as the talking terms with China is concerned.
Supriya, why was the Congress denying the fact that he met the Chinese envoy? Why deny it?
Well, Preeti, this is the million-dollar questions. We are also trying to get the information as to why this entire denial first, and then, a complete U-turn where first the Manish Tiwari came out and gave a statement that yes, their vice president met the Chinese envoy, and not just Chinese envoy, even Bhutanese envoy and ex-NSA. And now Rahul Gandhi has gone 2 steps further. He has said even the Congress leaders from the Northeast, he met them also to understand what is the situation which is going on as far as the China-Indo border in Sikkim is concerned. Many senior leaders told us that this matter will be raised in Parliament's upcoming monsoon season, because for which Rahul must be getting some information.
Supriya, clearly, all this confusion has ended up making a story where none was needed. This is what's, of course, tweeted by Omar Abdullah as well. The question I want to ask you is, with what he's just tweeted a short while back, who are those 3 ministers that he's talking about?
Well, he's talking about the Health Minister, Mr. J.P. Nadda, the HRD Minister, Mr. Prakash Javadekar, and the Tourism Minister, Mr. Mahesh Sharma. Well, the BRICS summits were going on and these ministers were there. This is what he's referring to as far as the union ministers are concerned. And we all know it is well reported that these were the events which were going on in China, and the ministers had already, the government of India had already agreed that these ministers will be going there, and that's why they were present there. So this is what he's referring to, that when there is a standoff which is taking place at the borders, India is sending in its ministers to China. On the other hand, he has also mentioned that the Prime Minister had met the Chinese Premier at G20 meet, and also he's also referring to that famous visit of Chinese Premier to India, where he along with Prime Minister Modi were there in Ahmedabad, and there was sitting on a swing. That picture has also been tweeted by Rahul Gandhi, questioning as to why the questions are being targeted at him and not being targeted at the people when the standoff is going.
All right, Supriya, appreciate you joining us for that quick update. Shiv, let me bring you in because let's just look at Twitter right now. It's practically on fire. Umar Abdullah tweeting, the confusion has ended up making a story where none was in fact needed. Look at the kind of commentary that's coming in. And, the Congress has no one else to blame but itself.
Well, literally, they've got, if one side is not, in the loop about what Rahul Gandhi is doing, obviously there's going to be a lot of running around, trying to confirm information, obviously not wanting to anger the Gandhi by, publishing some information on social media that isn't correct or rubs him the wrong way. This is a bizarre situation where people like Randeep Singh Surjewala, senior leader of the Congress, a man known to be Rahul Gandhi's right-hand communications advisor, the person who is the voice of the Congress, had to tweet in response, again with dripping with sarcasm and contempt in response to reports about that mystery over that meeting. A wanting to be Bhakt channel will not question 3 union ministers visiting China on PM's bonhomie and praise at G20, yet run fake news. He calls it fake news. Remember,
and then
Randeep Singh Surjewala called something fake news that his boss has just confirmed. Before MEA and IB sources plant news with Bhakts, they should re-verify that we still have diplomatic relations with all our neighbors. Not a single piece of confirmation. These 2 tweets, Preeti, give you a sense of how dangerously disconnected Rahul Gandhi and the rest of the party might actually be. We're not accusing the Congress party of anything, but he just called it fake news, and a couple of hours later, his boss said, yes, I did meet the ambassador of China, so what? Why does the government care? So that disconnect apart, and even if we can be a little generous and say maybe there was some kind of communication gap, what does it say about the party's own level of organization on such a principally politically hot issue?
But that's the sad part. Let's just go into the history where the Congress's communication department is concerned.
Totally legitimate. That's what opposition parties are supposed to do. But what message does it send out?
Shiv, that's what I'm saying. Let's just go into the history of what the Congress's communication department has made number of times a complete mess and has caused nothing else but a self-goal.
This is a self-goal. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think Supriya was absolutely right when she said this was a self-goal. Trying to create controversy where none existed, trying to become relevant to an issue where it was seen to have no real place. At this point of time, there is a live situation that India is negotiating with China. There is a tense standoff that's currently on. There is a military exercise that's happening out there. The Congress clearly wants to create some kind of noise to paint the government as incompetent. A totally legitimate, exercise and activity for an opposition party to do. But how does it do it? It displays and brandishes the level of disconnection it currently has within the party. It is being hailed. Rahul Gandhi is the top trend on social media right now, at least on Twitter, because of this. But it's a self-goal. They've ended up looking really silly. They've ended up looking disorganized and clumsy, if I may use that word, because as Omar Abdullah has tweeted, the confusion within the Congress has become the news, not the attack that Rahul Gandhi has apparently made on the Modi government. The confusion, the disconnection, the clumsiness within the party has become the story, and as a result of that, what Rahul Gandhi perhaps wanted to communicate to project the Modi government as being hypocritical or duplicitous,
or even point the spotlight on those 3 particular ministers,
or helpless as far as China is concerned.
Well, he's completely failed at doing so, because it's just bizarre the way the day has been panned out where the Congress is concerned. We're going to keep getting our viewers the